Signal Fidelity Ages 7 relay station was a low, wide-side-doors viewport. The stars were needle pricks of ice against the velvet throat of the abyss. It was December 24th by the Earth Standard Clock, but here, 3 light-years from the nearest colony, time was just a series of blinking green status lights. Elias sat hunched over the main console, his fingers stained with synthetic grease and the dust of 1,000 recycled air cycles. He was supposed to be monitoring the holiday packets, the surge of data containing carols, digitized hugs, and the mining rigs of Ceres. He played the audio back. It was perfect. Too perfect. The woman's voice was a crystalline chime, her words of love polished to a high synthetic sheen. There was no crackle of emotion. There hadn't finally. And consult. That colony perfect. The woman's voice was a crystalline chime, her words of love polished to a hiss against the velvet throat that then may console her. They haven't after national men, machinal mans. This is wrong, he whispered. He thought of the thousands of families receiving these scrubbed messages. They were hearing the words, but they weren't feeling the pulse behind them. They were being fed a diet of artificial sunlight while they starved in the dark. He looked at his own terminal, where a message from his daughter sat in the outbound. He had recorded it an hour ago, his voice breaking as he told her how much he missed the smell of pine needles and the way her laughter sounded over a hot mug of cocoa. The chimera filter would strip that break away. It would make him sound like a stoic hero instead of a nothing nalo, a brave review and hate rules with a sight feeling, constructed boaster of Biangan. Transit closed at need to get that time. In his headset, the silence was replaced by a symphony of human frailty. He heard a grandfather coughing between words of encouragement. He heard the wet sniff of a child who had dropped their toy, and the frantic, exhausted shushing of a tired parent. He heard the static of old microphones and the clatter of silverware. It was messy, it was loud, and it was the most beautiful thing he had ever heard. It was the sound of humanity breathing in a vacuum. Elias picked up his own head soul, no longer a lonely technician in a cold void, but a man connected to a vast, stumbling, wonderful family. The stars didn't seem so cold anymore.